What's going on, everybody? It's that time of the year again, Samsung Galaxy season, and I have here in front of me the Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus. Now, I pre-ordered this from the Samsung website, I guess a little bit late because this orange color was shipping later than all of the other colors. So, had a hard time choosing which color I wanted. I feel like the marble gray was the nicest color in this model, but it's, you know, we're so used to the white now. We kind of wanted something new, so I said, why not? Why not with the orange? I liked the way the metal chassis looked on that. So let's just get started here. We've got on the front various colors that this phone comes in. These are the Samsung exclusive colors, of course. It is a jade green, I believe it's called. It's a lighter blue shade, which they've had pretty much every year, and this sandstone orange. It says a Galaxy S24 Plus. On the front, you've got some branding on the sides here. On the back, some information about the phone. It mentions that it's a recycled paper, that they use soy ink. Nothing on the top, and just some serial numbers and stuff on the bottom. So let's get started with this. We actually don't need an unboxing knife anymore. You have these pull tabs here, kind of similar to how Apple does it. So I think that's a little bit more efficient. And you kind of feel a little bit more comfortable that this wasn't just opened and resealed. It is brand new. So Galaxy S24 Plus, and first impressions off the bat, I don't know exactly how the color is coming across on camera, but I can tell you that most of the videos I've seen have this looking more orange than it actually looks in person, I think. I'll try to do some color correction, but it is definitely a beautiful phone. It looks very different, and I can tell you right off the bat that this metal chassis here just looks very, very copper. And I don't know, I'm trying to think of how else to describe it here. Of course, it's a matted finish. It's not polished like last year's, but it is just absolutely gorgeous, and I can't wait to use it with a case that either shows the color or at least shows parts of this metal chassis. So really nice. I'm already happy with this color choice. Of course, I would have been happy with a bunch of the other color choices. Just quickly, again, marble gray. There is a cobalt purple kind of color where it's like a bluish purple. You've got a yellow color. I think it's called amber yellow. And of course, that marble gray, which is more of a white. There's a black color as well that I like because it's more of a deep gray than a jet black. I personally preferred that. But I didn't like how the metal chassis looked on the black one. It just kind of looked spray painted on. I don't know, something about it, that black looked like they really tried very hard to make it look a specific way, specific color and a specific finish, and it just looked too unnatural, let's say. So putting this down, let's see what else we get into this box. I presume not much else. Let's see here, we've got probably just our SIM ejection tool, some booklets, and that's exactly it. You got a SIM ejection tool, you got some booklets, maybe a USB-C cable. Yeah, you got your USB-C to USB-C cable. That's it. So going back to the phone, you don't have any plastic to peel off that I can see on the sides here like you often do, or on the back. We do have this little sticker here with the serial number. I'm going to take that and put it off here to the side. And then on the front here, of course, so again, the phone here, you see the camera rings around the camera lenses, and I'll tell you that they are kind of a more polished finish, almost chamfered edges here. It's kind of matted around, like toward the side there. I don't know if you can see, but the side that's facing up is a little bit more polished. Gives it a nice look. I like it. I think it's nice. And you have your flash here for the camera. You've got Samsung branding, a little bit glossy here on the bottom. On this side, nothing, but you get a very good idea here of how that metal chassis looks. On the top, you've got some microphones. On this side, your volume rocker and your power button, and of course your 5G antenna. And on the bottom, your speaker grill. Kind of just looks like a slit here. See if I can get that into focus a little bit better. USB-C port and your SIM tray. Let's bring in our S23 Plus in here just to compare quickly how these two phones look side by side. You've got the Botanic Green one here on the left, and you see right away, of course, these sides are a little bit more rounded on the S23 Plus. I was never a big fan of that design. I wanted it to either be completely round like it used to be or completely flat, but this in between was a little bit strange. Anyway, I did really like the polished chassis. I think that looks more premium, but I guess since, you know, they've been doing that for, I don't know, like 6 maybe years now, 7 years. So it was just a matter of time before they switch it back up to a matte finish. And then, of course, we're going to eventually be glossy again. That's just how it works. So other than that, they feel pretty much the same. Weight-wise, size-wise, they're basically the same. I'll compare them here for you. There you go. And then from this angle, you can see how exactly they look in comparison. You can see the design changes pretty clearly. And in many other ways, the phones look exactly the same. I think the angle of how rounded they are at the corners is pretty much the same. As I said, the size is pretty much the same as well. And again, to describe the color, yeah, it's not an orange, definitely leans orange, but I've seen people say that it's a shade of brown. I still would definitely call it orange before brown, but the only other electronic I've seen with the Sandstone name in the color would be the Microsoft Surface laptop, and I would say that that is more of a kind of a goldish shade than this right here. Of course, this is called, you know, Sandstone orange, not just Sandstone, so makes sense. And again, the metal chassis is very much a copper in my opinion, and I think it's beautiful. Let's fire this phone up here. Typically there's battery. Maybe I didn't press it long enough. And I always get people asking me, oh, but you're shooting with an iPhone. Well, yeah, when I'm shooting an iPhone, I'm shooting it with a Galaxy. When I'm shooting a Galaxy, I'm shooting it with an iPhone. So take that for what it's worth. I'm just going to set this up manually and do Smart Switch later just so I can show you guys quickly how it looks out of the box. And my phone is restarting here after I put my T-Mobile SIM in there. And one other thing I wanted to show you, it's going to be difficult to show on camera a little bit, but the actual metal chassis is slightly thicker as well, which I feel like gives it a little bit more of a premium kind of look. I don't mind that at all. Again, it's very difficult to tell on camera. One, because the metal chassis on the S23 Plus is dark, but I'm telling you, this part here that connects it to the glass is thicker, a little bit thicker here on the S24 Plus. And as I set the phone up here, a little notice about advanced intelligence. That's what they're calling AI on Samsung's phones. And as you set things up here, you've got an option for light and dark. Obviously, you can change that into display settings, but just showing you that when you set your phone up without transferring from another device, you can set this right from the start. And we are officially in our Sandstone Orange Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus. Let's go straight to the settings and see how much storage we have in this 512 gigabyte model out of the box. And you see we've got 486.2 gigabytes of storage out of the box. As I said, this is the 512 gigabyte model, so in case you're curious, that's how much you have to play with. Of course, when you pre-ordered, you got double the storage for free, so ordered the 256, that automatically got upgraded to the 512. And when I search wallpaper here, it shows me the photo ambient wallpaper in labs. You don't have to download a separate app for this. You just have to enable it, turn that on, and then depending on weather conditions, it's going to show you snowflakes or raindrops or what have you on your wallpaper. Just one of the new advanced intelligence features. So I turn that on and we'll see how that works. Here's a quick look at some of the wallpapers included with the phone. They separate them by category here. You've got some wallpaper services. You've got just kind of colors and gradients here, and graphical. Up here you've got some video wallpapers that come with the phone, along with just some still images. This is the one that was default with this phone. And of course you can change your color palette from here as well if you want it different accent colors. If you want it to pull automatically from the wallpaper itself, you can do that. Real quick here, let's take a photo of our King Tut and see exactly how this camera performs. Let's try and set him at an angle here so we can test a little bit more with one photo. Of course, we're gonna have to take a bunch of photos to see how this performs. But you see from just this one, pretty good detail, pretty sharp, nice depth of field, nice detail on King Tut's head here, and you see toward the middle and the bottom there. I didn't use any portrait mode or anything like that, just the camera right out of the box, and you see that it kind of blurred things as you got sort of away from his head there pretty naturally. So I'd say pretty good job there. Definitely expecting this camera to perform well. All right, guys, so that was just a quick unboxing of the Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus in Sandstone Orange. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to pick this up. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section. And I've got more S24 Plus coverage coming up, so get subscribed for free, hit that button, and you'll be first to know when new videos on this phone drop. Thank you all for watching. See you in the next one.